U.S. Air Forces in Europe. Air Forces Africa, CFC, OPGRIT. Engagement request, leadership, mission, my main resource New York Prepper. Allies integrate for first ever B-52 simulated weapons drop in Finland. Published November 26, 2024. By U.S. Air Forces in Europe, Air Forces Africa Public Affairs. Ramstein Air Base, Germany, 2 U.S. Air Force B-52H Stratofortress bombers assigned to the 20th Expeditionary Bomb Squadron conducted a simulated weapons drop training mission as part of Bomber Task Force 25-1 in Finland, November 25. During the mission, bombers integrated with Finnish F/A-18C Hornets and Swedish Air Force Saab JAS-39 Gripens. The mission showcased Finland's growing role within the NATO alliance and marked another milestone in strengthening NATO's collective defense. The event also enabled U.S. forces to learn from their Finnish counterparts, following austere landing demonstrations in September and participation in the Ramstein Air Base 1v1 air superiority exercise held in June. This Bomber Task Force mission exemplifies our unwavering commitment to our European allies and partners. Together, we build stronger, more strategic relationships that reinforce security and stability across the region, said General James Hecker, commander of U.S. Air Forces in Europe, Air Forces Africa. Bomber Task Force training missions provide valuable opportunities for NATO allies and partners to synchronize and operate as a ready and postured alliance. Working side by side, nations participating in BTF exercises refine their skills and share their vision for a secure and prosperous NATO alliance. Bomber Task Force BTF. European news. Situation in Syria. There is a civil war going on in Syria right now. As rebels are in the process of overthrowing the Assad regime, and we're hearing that there were intense U.S. airstrikes along the Iraqi-Syrian border last night that targeted Iranian-backed mercenaries that tried to cross into Syria to support the Assad regime forces against the rebels destroyed yesterday in the Deir ez-Zor government of eastern Syria after a convoy entering from Iraq was targeted by several A-10 Warthog close air support attack aircraft of the U.S. Air Force. In addition, several Iranian sites near the town of Almaden were targeted by coalition aircraft, resulting in the destruction of a command center and barracks, and Syrian rebels have captured and also earlier a reconnaissance plane, and then here we have a U.S. Air Force reconnaissance plane. And late last night we heard a lot of nuclear attack options being broadcasted. From about midnight Eastern Time until about 0400 Eastern Time there were over 25 emergency action messages broadcasted, which is extremely unusual for that short of a period of time, so our nuclear forces are very high alert. Israel shot down the hypersonic Palestine II hypersonic ballistic missile, which was shot down by Israel's air defense systems, and the president of the Philippines Ferdinand Marcos Jr. said on Monday that the reported presence of a Russian submarine in the Philippines exclusive economic zone in the South China Sea was very worrisome. The Philippine Daily Inquirer newspaper reported on Monday that a Russian attack subsurfaced inside Manila's exclusive economic zone last week, citing security sources. This is very concerning. Any intrusion into the West Philippine Sea of our exclusive economic zone of our baselines is very worrisome, Marcos told reporters, and the highly pathogenic avian influenza strain has now been detected at a poultry farm in New Zealand's South Island, authorities said, as AI News Prophecy World War III report.